ZOYI 1000R or 1000R multimeter insulation tester. How it performs, does it work, and is it any good? Stay with me to see. So here is instrument package, inside bag and user guide. In bag, this is classic usual low quality bag, but it have this wristband so you can carry it with you. Instrument itself, not heavy, not so light, silicone protection around, holders for multimeter leads. There is a thermocouple for temperature, so it can measure temperature. USB for charging. Yep, I forgot to tell you there was charger in box for lithium polymer batteries. Now you can see. Can you see? So you get a charger for batteries. I wanna know resistance of test leads. And again, I can't take a look at it. It's so tight. Yeah, we will assume it's 35 milliohm. Very nice test leads, I would say. Very nice. 0.1 ohm is first what we're going to measure. Well, that is very nice. So relative button doesn't do any good to measurement of low resistance. Let's switch it off. 0.5. 1 ohm. Fine. 100 kilo ohm. Pretty much okay. 1 mega ohm. Okay. It have high resolution. That is something I like. 10 mega ohms. Yep, it's okay. It's 20,000 counts. Exactly 19,999 counts. So that is regarding ohmmeter. It's good. I can say it's good. Let's see capacitance. How we do. Select nanofarads. Let's see lowest 20 pico. Even I think it's 15 picofarad. It's closer than any other instrument so far we tested. 15, it measures 15, it's 20 picofarad, so it's not so precise, but it measures. $325 discharge. Let's see this. Two. Nice. Discharge. And measure this one. and measure this one. Let's see. "31 millifarad. It's not. It's 3.3 millifarad. 3,300 microfarads. Let's measure capacitance. 3.70, 28, 31, 34, 3.35 millifarad. That is exact value of this capacitor. Low internal resistance 24 milliohm internal resistance, so pretty nice and good capacitor. Why? And this is also ZOYI tweezers. However, why exactly this instrument making that mistake? We will check that in a second. Let's measure it one more time. Let me keep one like this and another not touching by fingers to not influence my body in measured result. And again 26 millifarads, 5 kilohertz, 1.5 peak to peak volt. 5 kilohertz is too much, I would say. For not all capacitors can be measured correctly on 5 kilohertz signal. That is what I say. ZOYI, you made mistake here. This signal should be maximum 1 kilohertz, not more than that, to be correct in measuring all kind of capacitors. Even lower than that. You know that not all capacitors are built for higher frequencies. Diode. This is diode mode, so let's see. It should have no problems with measuring this diode, 2.7 volt, and it's okay. It's using 12 volt power supply, so three batteries of 3.7 volts. So it should be able to measure even higher voltage of Zener diodes and so. But select this test. Pretty much quick and red light for finding shorts, and it's okay. How it handles 0.1 ohm in this mode, let's see. It measures like short circuit. This is resistance of 0.1 ohm, but it does not detect that. So it should detect. It have, as you can see, it pretends that it's okay. It have 2 decimals behind, so it should measure from 10 milliohms up. But no, it does not. It does not even detect 0.1 ohm. 0.5 ohm, not precise at all. In this continuity check, and 1 ohm, not precise. In continuity check can be used to check continuity, but in same time you cannot be sure if it is real short or it have some low resistance. Especially when you're repairing motherboards, there are places around MOSFETs and so on which have resistance of 1 ohm, 0.5 ohm, and so on, which are very, very low, but which are okay. So this instrument even Even this option's continuity check can be used just to check continuity, not to measure resistance. 10 millivolt. Let's see if it can do. Yep. It measured 0.01. That is 10 millivolt. But look at it. It measured millivolts. That's fun. In voltage range, it's very precise. I can tell you that. Very nice. As voltmeter, it's very nice. So let's see. Does it stay as that? 21 volt. When I power on this, so 21.9 coming, and it measured 21.1. Let me see how it handles low. 1 volt. Yep, it measures. .10. It's really precision voltmeter. That is very nice. Really nice. See how it handles main voltage. 233 does not measure frequency at this moment. Frequency 50 Hz, so it do the job with main voltage. Let's measure these test leads. Does they handle and how much they handle? No leakage. No leakage on 100 volt, 250 volts. It's showing voltage down in the corner. Again nothing. 500 volts. It holds 1000 volts. It holds. So it's okay regarding that. Let me see how this transformer going to handle this test, because that is more realistic test than test of test leads which should hold 1000 volts. So one test leads on secondary coil, one test leads to primary coil, like this. And let's see, let's start from 250 volts. It holds on 250, and it should hold even 500 volts because it's made to work on main voltage. So it should not have leakage on 500 volts. It does not have. If it holds on 1000 volts, that is big plus. Yep, it holds very well on 1000 volts. So this transformer is performing pretty nice. It should measure internal resistance of instrument like 10 or 20 megohms. on 500 volts. This should be DC. Yep, 10 megohm internal resistance of my other instrument, and it's 507 volts. I don't know what is maximum of this instrument. You can hear beeping 1015 volts, but it measures 10 megohm internal resistance of another desktop multimeter. So all in all, insulation testing working properly. Final words about it. Only bad things is about capacitance. 5 kHz signal, which is usual for this kind of instrument, is not so good for every capacitance. Oh, everything beside that is good about this instrument. It costs like 35 euros, so if you have any of other insulation testers, stick to them. It's not better or worse than all others I reviewed so far on my channel. However, if you need it, you can select it and buy it, no problem at all. It will do the job. Thank you for watching this, and see you soon with next video.